another Make It Matter moment. I am your host, Ryan C. Green, executive producer and publisher of the Make It Matter project. We have none other than Miss Kimmoly LaBoo, Kimmoly K. LaBoo, with us today, one of our featured authors in the Make It Matter project. So, Kimmoly, welcome to the show. Welcome to this segment.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So you and I have been in the same circles for a while now. So it's fun to finally actually work together on something like this. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to have you as part of our project. You know, when your name came through, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I think, and I might say, I think you were like the last person who came through or something like that. You were close to the end, if I remember correctly. But so I was like, okay, this is cool. This is going. That's when I knew this is going to be all right. And I said, yeah, this is going to be all right. So thank you. Today we're talking
You're
about
welcome.
making your story matter, and you are the founder, CEO of LaBoo Publishing. So I'm excited because you are kind of in my wheelhouse. I love talking about book publishing, authors, writing, things
Yeah.
like that. So we're gonna have some fun today. So tell the people who are watching, those who are listening on the podcast, those who are watching the video, who Kimmoly LaBoo is, how you got to this point of doing what you do, and why you are the expert at publishing books.
Wow. So it's been quite a journey to get me to this point, but I started my writing journey in 2006. So, what, about 15 years ago? And when I started that writing journey, I had no idea. It wasn't a journey at that point, it was a single book. And I had no idea that it would turn into all of this. I thought it was a one and done. I was going to write that book. I wrote that book to heal and release. And from there, and this, once you write a book, it just opens up so many different opportunities and things that I just never even imagined were going to happen. And so now this will be 13 books later. you know,
Awesome.
um, and working with authors now, the writing turned into me teaching other people how to do what I had done, hosting writers boot camps and teaching people how to publish their own books. And then so the next logical step, which came in 2018, so it took me some time to get there, but was to launch LaBoo Publishing Enterprise. And it's been full steam ahead ever since.
Wow. I love your story because it's like our stories are kind of opposite, because you said you
Oh,
started writing and then started teaching and training people and then started publishing. When I got into the business, my idea was to go publish from the beginning. So I started publishing.
oh,
Then I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So then I just started training, So that's when I started training and really teaching authors. So that's so cool. All right. So
yeah.
why does telling someone your story, why does it matter to you? And I want you to kind of frame this because and I'm trying to make sure that I know you and I are just having a conversation. We'll make sure that people are listening understand who aren't in publishing, because we get people all the time who want to tell their story, right? They want to write a
Yeah.
book, tell, I got a story to tell. I did this. But from a publishing perspective, it's different. Like there's got to be more than just writing a story. Like what's the purpose to it, or what are you
Mhm.
going to do with the story? So why does this subject matter matter to you, and what are you trying to show people when you're talking about why do you make their story matter?
Yeah, I mean, there's different components to it, but I really think that writing helps to heal. It helps you to release, and then you can use it to help someone else. So those three things are the things that are most important to me, because during the writing process, especially with the type of authors that I work with, many of them are sharing their own personal story. And so a lot of times it gets deep, right? And
Right.
so it allows you to release things that you may have been holding on to for years, right? And then that moves you into this healing process. And all of it kind of happens unexpectedly. When people start writing, they realize that there's still some stuff deep down in there that
Yeah.
needs to be healed. And so then once they go through that process and put it out there and you've released that, there's this healing moment that comes with that. And then you're able to take that and use it to help other individuals who may be going through what you have just overcome. And so I like the whole journey of that process. I call it the journey of the writer that gets them to that moment where they see how their stories are able to impact the lives of other people.
Yeah, that I've been there and I've experienced that, and
Hmm.
that middle piece, people they want to go through their story and they feel, hey, I can help other people, but that middle piece
Yeah.
about that healing part, you
Hmm.
got you got to
It's
get that part
huge.
before you start trying to help
Yeah.
somebody else. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
great. So
Yeah.
what's the one thing you want people to be most impacted by when they go and read your story, and they see, because I know in your chapter you're telling your story, but then you're
Hmm.
also telling people how to tell their story. So, what is the one
Yeah.
impact you hope your chapter will have when people are going through it?
Well, I really hope that people who read my chapter will then be courageous enough to share their own story. Because I share quite a bit in my chapter about the things that I've gone through
Indeed.
and the fact that I pretty much now live my life as an open book. Like if I've been through it, it's probably on the pages back there on that bookshelf, right?
Right. Right.
And so I want people to be courageous enough to know that they can do that, that they can put their story out there, regardless of who they think has already written what. Their voice has a certain audience. And I want people to realize that and realize the impact that having written their story will have on their community and the people who are connected and assigned to them.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, the question I ask everyone: if you were talking to your 18-year-old self, this might be a little different for you than everyone else because you kind of living your story. But if you're talking to your 18-year-old
Yeah.
self, you're talking about living your story, making your story matter. What would you
Mhm.
talk to? What would you tell yourself about making sure that your story matter?
I would probably tell myself not to care so much what other people think. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
I would also say to live your dreams and not the dreams that other people have for you.
Right. Right.
That's huge. And then to realize that you are more than capable to do those things that you want to do.
Yeah, so powerful, powerful stuff right there. Sad we always got to live it first and realize, oh wait, there's a better way to do this, right? I can live once we learn to live for ourselves, and that's really what this book is about. That's what this
Yes.
project is about. Make it
Hmm.
matter, because I know
Yeah.
I have seen so many people, and I always get passionate about this part. I've seen people who aren't happy with life. They're
Right.
upset because, and they're frustrated, or they don't feel
Hmm.
fulfilled because they're living for someone else. They're
Somebody
not.
else.
They're doing what someone else has told them success should look like,
Yeah.
family should look like, happy marriage should look like. So they're trying to
Hmm.
check off these boxes, as Michelle Obama says, and not live what makes them happy, and
Right.
because they're so worried about what other people are going to say and think about
Yeah.
what their success looks like.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And until you do that, you're not truly
yeah,
living.
right. So
Yeah.
that's what this whole project is about, to trying to give people permission, if you will, to
Yeah.
just go ahead and live life on your terms. Live life on your terms.
Yep.
So, speaking of that, let me ask you, what does fulfillment look like to you?
Fulfillment for me is being able to wake up every day and do what I love to do. So it kind of ties back into that.
Right.
Doing what I love to do. It also means, looking at my sons who are grown men now, and being able to see them walk out and live out things. And, as long as we're happy, healthy, and whole, I'm good, I'm fulfilled. And then to be able to also use my gift in order to impact the lives of other people, that is fulfillment to me.
Awesome. I know this is kind of random, but I'm going to give you an award right now, and hopefully this is going to fulfill you. Um, you are winning the award for the best bookshelf background of the whole Make It Matter project. Okay. Since this pandemic hit and since everybody's on TV from home, we've seen thousands of bookshelves on TV,
Oh my
on
gosh.
news, and I'm looking at all of them. I'm an author, because I'm a publisher. I've got my bookshelf over
Mm-hmm.
there. I'm always like, what they got on the bookshelf? Yours is the best I've seen in this project. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Gold star for you for the best bookshelf award. Put that in your
Yeah,
bio. You won the best bookshelf award. All right. So
that's hilarious.
sorry about that. So I want to ask you, because soon we're going to put the Make It Matter project on that bookshelf. What was it
Yes.
about this? You said this is your 13th book. I thought I was doing something
Yeah.
with 10. But this is your 13th project. You've published
Yeah.
countless other books as well. You are
Mhm.
a publisher, so you could have put out your own kind of project. What was it
Yeah.
about the Make It Matter project that you said, you know what, I do want to be part of this, and I want to tell my story through this project?
Yeah, it's interesting because I am very selective about what I will participate in these days and who I connect myself to, because I think it's very important from a brand standpoint and from what I'm trying to build. And this was easy, even though I was one of the last to sign on. It was easy because I've watched your journey. And I know and believe that you're a person that operates in excellence and integrity. And so that was key, first of all. The second thing was the video that you put out as the call for the project was amazing. So
Awesome.
who wouldn't want to be connected to it? And third, the project title, Make It Matter, and what that implied fit with my brand story, and it fit with, what I'm trying to get people to do. And so it was really a no brainer. And it really did make a difference, though, that it was you. I want you to know that.
Appreciate that.
it really,
I
it
take
really
that
made
on
a
the
difference
chin.
that it was you, because otherwise I probably would not have signed on to this type of project.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. All right. So, people are watching and they want to write their story. They want to tell their story. And I tell people all the time when they come to me about writing a book, if you don't know, if you need help writing the book, don't come to
Yeah.
me. If they want to write the book, if you want help selling the book, we can talk. But I don't really give people writing the books, even though I
Yeah.
do help somewhere. That's not really where I like to start.
Yeah.
But and like you said, you talk about projects. I'm at the position now where I can choose what I do and who I work with, right?
Yes.
So that's a freedom of
That's
itself.
nice.
So for those
Mhm.
who want their help, that they want to go out there and they need a publisher, they want to talk to you about formulating this story, writing their book. How can they get in touch
Mhm.
with you, and how can they start to work with you? Well, how can they have a conversation? Because that doesn't mean they're going to guarantee to
Yeah.
work with you, but how can they have the conversation with
Correct.
you?
True. And yeah, that's true. So we're at www.laboopublishing.com. That's the website. And then staff at laboopublishing.com is the email address. And we're on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn. What's the other one? Instagram.
All those,
Like
all
I'm
those.
probably everywhere except for Clubhouse. I'm not over there yet.
Yeah, me neither. Me
So
neither. They
no,
won't be
I'm
all
not, and I'm
exclusive.
not excited to go there either.
Yeah, I'm not an Apple head, so I can't even get in. So I'm cool where
Me
I
either.
am. you know.
So,
But
but
yeah,
yeah,
so that's cool. Listen, I give my stamp of approval on LaBoo Publishing for whatever that's worth. For those who are
thank
listening,
you.
she is the one who you should go to. I encourage you all to go ahead and reach out to
Thank
her.
you.
Talk about starting that journey. You've been talking about a book for too long. If you haven't gotten started yet, make this year the time
Yeah.
you make your story matter and get started. So go to
Mhm.
www.themakeitmatterproject.com/Kimmoly. You've seen it written below. It's Kimmoly. To go ahead and get your book, register for the masterclass because she's also teaching a course. Before we go, tell us the course that they can learn from you in the masterclass.
The course is 7 reasons why you should write your book now.
There you go. 7 reasons. If you need more advice, if you need
Yes.
more motivation, enroll yourself in the course. Go ahead and figure out why you should write your book now as well. Kimmoly, I'm going to give you the last words, and you can take us on out.
Sure, this has been a pleasure. So I do want to offer up, if anybody wants to head on over to theauthorSecrets.com, they can download a copy of my newest book, Stop Leaving Money on the Table, Write the Darn Book. And also when they go over to www.laboopublishing.com, they can also find a free publishing checklist on that will give them all the steps needed to publish before they even talk to us.
Boom. Do it. Do the work. You've got people out here willing to help you, but you got to make sure you do the work too. Kimmoly, I thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm looking forward to great things for you
Thank
in
you.
the future. All right. You take care.
All right, thanks.